You see the headlines all the time. Another AI startup gets billions in funding. Another young founder becomes an overnight billionaire. It seems like a new wave of rich people is being made. But what if that money isn't real? What if these billionaires are stuck in a money illusion? This is called the paper wealth trap. It's when someone is worth billions on paper but can't actually spend any of it. Let me explain how it works. First, you need to know how they get these huge values. A normal business is worth what it actually earns. An AI startup is often worth what people hope it will earn one day. When investors put in $200 million and say the company is now worth $1 billion, they're buying a dream. If the founder owns 20%, the news calls him a $200 million man. But that money isn't in his bank account. It's just a number on paper. So he becomes a paper billionaire. His wealth is in shares he can't sell. Those shares are locked by rules set by the investors. For years, he can't cash them out. If he tries, the investors will say no, because if the founder sells, it looks like he doesn't believe in his own company. Even banks won't give him a loan using these shares as proof of wealth. The shares might be worthless tomorrow. These companies don't make money. They burn it. They spend millions on salaries, computers, and ads to grow fast. If they ever try to actually make a profit, their growth story falls apart, and so does their fake valuation. They have to keep raising more money, which means the founder owns less and less of his own company each time. Let's compare this to real wealth. Think about Cristiano Ronaldo or MrBeast. Their money is real. They earn cash from their work, from playing soccer, from videos, from real businesses. If they want to spend millions, they can. The AI paper billionaire cannot. He is like an employee in his own company, answering to the investors who control the real money. Can he just get a loan using his shares as collateral? That's what rich people do. This is the second lock. Banks don't trust this kind of collateral. They loan money against real things: houses, cash flow, established businesses. The shares of a private AI startup are not a real thing to a banker. Their value is based on hype and a story about the future. You might think, that story could change tomorrow. The tech might not work, a competitor might win, the hype could fade. If that happens, the shares could become worthless. So, getting a big loan against them is very hard. The founder is stuck. He watches his net worth go up on paper every time there's a news story. But in real life, his spending money is just his salary. Here's the real kicker. Despite being the founder and one of the largest shareholders, these people often don't even own their own homes. They have no real cash for a down payment, and they aren't even free. They can't just decide to leave the office or take a long vacation anytime they want. They have to follow the investors' rules, hit the investors' targets, and live by the investors' clock. He's like a well-paid employee in the company he supposedly owns, answering to a board that controls his paper fortune and his daily life. So, getting a big loan against them is very hard. The founder is stuck. He watches his net worth go up on paper every time there's a news story. But in real life, his spending money is just his salary. He's like a well-paid employee in the company he supposedly owns. The only real winners here are the early investors. Their deals make sure they get their cash back first if the company ever sells. The founder with the billion-dollar title might get nothing. And when the hype dies down, when people stop believing the dream, these paper valuations can crash. We saw this happen in the dot-com bubble. Paper billionaires ended up with nothing. The AI boom is building amazing technology, but it's also building a dangerous fantasy. That paper wealth is the same as real power. Real wealth means you can use your money. Paper wealth means you're stuck in a golden cage, waiting for a future that may never come, while everyone thinks you're king. Real wealth gives you freedom. Paper wealth gives you a prison of expectations. The next time you see a headline about an AI billionaire, ask yourself one question. Can he buy a private jet? If the answer is no, you're not looking at the next Ronaldo. You're looking at the latest participant in the paper wealth trap.